Yes, hello world. Hello everyone. Good evening, good afternoon, and good morning, depending on wherever you are. Welcome to the 129th episode of Free International Webinar brought to you by the Institute of Global Professionals. All right. But before we get started, we would appreciate you guys if you could go down to the chat box below and let us know where are you joining in from. All right? I'll give you a few seconds to do that. For those who are just joining in, welcome and kindly please let us know where are you joining from. We love to hear you guys. We love to hear your feedbacks. All right? We've got Bernadette Cortez from North Cotabato, Philippines. All right. And we also have Roe Alan Igual from Camarines Sur, also all the way from Philippines. All right. So welcome to our tonight's session. It is my pleasure to welcome you all to the 129th episode of Free International Webinar brought to you by the Institute of Global Professionals or IGP. Thank you for joining us tonight for our webinar session. All right. It is my privilege to be your host for tonight's webinar. My name is Gafoor M. Panimbang, an assistant professor from Adjunct Memorial Polytechnic State College. And I'm so honored to be, this is, I think, my fifth time around to be the host for IGP seminar. So for that matter, IGP, thank you for the continued trust and confidence. For those who don't know yet, the Institute of Global Professionals, or IGP, is an ISO, accredited training institute and globally recognized professional international organization that serves students and community resources by providing a holistic social work interventions and educational programs with the purpose of generating and producing a top caliber, skilled, and proficient today's young generations by way of conducting a series of webinars like what we're doing right now and provide trainings both offline and online platforms backed by competent and reliable international speakers from all around the world. Allow me to go over a few items so that you know, guys, how you can participate and get engaged with us. Our live audience will have the opportunity to ask questions that is related to the content of tonight's webinar to our speakers tonight. Our speakers will be answering your questions through chat and only through chat. So better yet, keep on typing your questions on the comment section down below. Your questions will be collected later on, and we have to bring them up at the later part of this webinar. Your questions will be displayed on the screen, and I will be reading them out loud so that our speakers can have a chance to provide their answers whenever possible and also when time permits. Throughout the presentation, you will see a couple of questions pop up on your screen that would allow you to get engaged with us. So we appreciate you guys answering those questions coming up. If you stay till the end of this webinar, guys, you will have a chance to get a link to download your certificate of participation. So we suggest that you stay from the start till the end of this webinar for you to get a chance to get the link and download your certificate of participation. We actually award the certificate of participation to all our active participants or live attendees for tonight's session. When we say active participants, we mean those participants who actually stay around with us starting from the beginning of this webinar down till the end of this webinar. To make this webinar more memorable, fun, and exciting, we will be conducting an online quiz game competition at the end part of this webinar. So everyone here has a chance to take part and participate in that said quiz game competition. All you have to do, guys, is you simply go to slido.com, and once you get to that page, you will see a window asking you to type the event code. And once you type that event code, you simply press enter and you're good to go. The event code will be provided just for the online quiz competition begins. All right. And also, we would appreciate the opportunity, guys, of showing us your support by sharing this page to your friends and to your social media channels. All right. And also, we would appreciate if you could give us a like, okay, leave us a comment, and share us your thoughts about the webinar that we are conducting right now. We love to hear your feedbacks. Your feedback, guys, means a lot to us. All right. So, can we expect that from you? All right. So, tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we are presenting a webinar entitled Special Education, a Transformation from New Normal. Uh, it's a transition, rather. It's a transition to new normal from classroom to class home. This topic is so timely and relevant at this time that we're actually experiencing the challenges brought about by the pandemic. So, because of the challenges that brought about by this pandemic, every government in the world is now coming up with the necessary steps to ensure the continuity of our education. I mean, the education of our children, especially our children with needs, not only on the aspect of academic needs, but also social emotional needs. So for tonight, we're so lucky to have invited three speakers all the way from the Philippines to share with us their thoughts and their take on the topic special education amidst this pandemic time. So without further ado, let's get started. All right. So at this juncture, ladies and gentlemen, let's get to know our first speaker for tonight's session by watching this short video introduction of her. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello everyone, I am Veronica M. Galicia from Olongapo City, Philippines. I am a graduate of Bachelor of Elementary Education at Columban College, Philippines. I have my special education masteral units in the Philippine Normal University, major in auditory disabilities. At present, I am teaching in Old Cabalan Integrated School, handling children with hearing impairment in intermediate level. I have been a SPED coordinator for 27 years, and as of now, I am the assistant SPED coordinator where I am mentoring my successor. Also, I'm an active member of the Olongapo City Welfare for the Person with Disabilities and Autism Society of the Philippines Olongapo City Chapter. Once again, I am Veronica M. Galicia of Olongapo City, Philippines. Thank you very much.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, here to discuss about the role of the teachers in the special education under new normal. Please welcome Ma'am Veronica M. Galicia. Welcome, Ma'am. It's so good to have you here. Uh, Hello, Ma'am. I think your microphone is muted. Hello, Ma'am Galicia. Can you hear me?
Yan. Yes, sir. I can hear you. Clear
Okay,
and
so
loud. I can hear.
oh, okay, make sure that your microphone is on mute. Okay, so we can hear you now. So take it away.
Thank you. I'm going to share my screen.
Yes, you can now start sharing your screen by pressing the share screen button. Okay, at the bottom part of your screen. I do believe our live attendees can hardly wait with your amazing presentation. Mom Galicia will be discussing to us, okay, about the topic on the role of the parents or the teachers, okay, in special education under new normal. Yes, it's the role
Role
of
of the
teacher. Yes,
teachers.
yes, you're right.
Can you see my slides already?
What we're seeing is just a blank white.
Okay, wait. Okay.
Okay, let's ask. Okay, okay. So I think that's good enough. That's good.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Our group's main topic is special education transition to new normal from classroom to classroom. Because of the COVID-19 pandemic, the Department of Education formulated the Basic Education Learning Continuity Plan on marching orders from the Secretary Leonor Magtolis Briones to ensure that learning continues while guaranteeing the healthy, safety, and well-being of all learners, teachers, and other DepEd employees. The DepEd adopt alternative mode of delivering learning to all learners, regardless of who and where they are. Where school-based, face-to-face learning is not possible. So that we have this one. From this, we can say that the learning will take place from classroom to classroom. Now, my topic is about the role of teachers. Okay, so what is a teacher? A teacher plays crucial role in shaping the lives of young people. Why? Because the children look up high on teachers, so whatever the teacher say, they followed obediently. So also the teachers are shaping the minds of these children so we teach them not only academic but instill values to use in their real life situations. So what they become in the future is the product of how they are taught in the school. So the teacher inspires, motivates, encourages a new generation of learners and guides them to make a positive impact in the world around them. Also, the teacher helps their students to be passionate about learning and understands the impact and importance of lifelong education. Because, as we all know, that if you have a good educational background, the higher possibility of finding a good job. Also, it is a noble profession that can touch lives. Okay, another is teacher acts as role model, mentors, caregivers, and advisors. So all in one, teachers can do anything for our learners. They can have profound effect on the lives of their students. So the teachers can now make or unmake a learner. Also, the teacher is a leader of a school. class. So it means to say there is a leadership that suit of related skills that combines the other life skills. So we cannot teach only the concepts, the theories, but also the application that they can use in their daily life. So a good leader takes initiative, have strong soft skills, are flexible and productive. Now, what is the primary role of the teacher? So the primary role of a teacher is to deliver instruction that helps students learn. To accomplish this, teachers must prepare effective lessons, grade student work, and offer feedback, manage classroom materials, productively navigate the curriculum, and collaborate with other staff. So it is not only the teacher but the other staff that can help achieve this goal. So I have searched through sources like to doc.com the 7 roles of a teacher in the 21st century. So now let's have a game first. I will show you a word. It's not letters. Then try to guess the word. Okay, you can type it on the chat box. Okay, what is the word? Okay, very good. It is the participant. Okay, the participant teacher or the leader can enliven a class if the teacher is able to stand back and not become the center of attention. So this can be a great way to interact with learners without being too overpowering. So the participant, this set the mood of the learners in an activity. Next word, try to guess. It's very easy. All the vowels are missing. Let me see at the chat box. Okay, you can type your answer. Okay, very good. It is now the controller. So when we say the controller, the teacher is in complete charge of the class. So it means to say what the students do, say, and how they say it. In the classroom, the teacher is the center of focus. So the teacher should have the give of instruction. So she's the in charge. So it means to say giving instruction to the student, it must be a give also. Okay, next word, okay. Oh, that is easy. Let me see the chat box. Okay, very good. It is the tutor. So from the word tutor, you can have the meaning. Okay, from the word tutor. So this role, the teacher acts as a coach when students are involved in project work or self-study. Also, the teacher provides advice and guidance and helps students clarify ideas and limit tasks. So, this role is a great way to pay individual attention to a student and allow the teacher to tailor make course to fit specific needs. But be careful that student become too dependent on the teacher. So be careful, not always if needed only. Okay, next word. Okay, what is the word? Let me see the chat box. Okay, very good. Organizer. So, the most difficult and important role
the teacher has to play. So in here, giving instruction is vital in this role as well as setting up activities. That is why we call it the organizer. So the success of many activities depends on good organization and on the students knowing exactly what they are to do next. Also, the organizer can also serve as demonstrator. So this role allows a teacher to get involved and engaged with learners. Okay, next, role. Guess again. Vowels are missing, two vowels. Okay, let me see. Okay, very good. It is the prompter, or from the root word of prompter, prompt. So the teacher encourages students to participate and make suggestions about how students may proceed in an activity. So the teacher here can encourage by disciplinary nudge students, guide in a supportive way. Okay, like in children with when you give an instruction, they do not do it immediately. So you need to prompt them. Okay, you can brush your neck or you can tap there and say what is the activity. So then you have to say it to them. So the teacher should be helping students only when necessary. So be aware, you should only help only when necessary, not always. You will make the learners to be too dependent on you. So always rely on you. Okay, next word. Oops, two vowels again. Is missing. What is the word? Guess it. Okay. Very good. It is the assessor, or from the word assessor. The root word is assess. So the teacher assumes this role to see how well students are performing or how well they perform. There are a variety of ways to grade learners, and the role of assessor gives teachers an opportunity to correct learners. So feedback and corrections are organized and carried out. Next, I think the last role of the teacher is, what is the word? What is the word? Okay, let me see in the chat box. Okay, very good. It is the resource. So from the word resource, the teacher is a kind of walking resource center ready to help, to offer help if needed. So only if needed. The teacher must make her himself available so that learners can consult her him when it is absolutely necessary. So the teacher should not spoon feed learners and let learners have downside of making learners reliant to the teacher. Okay, so that's the role of the teachers in the 21st century. So what are they? So give me one. It is very good, the participant. Next, the controller, the tutor, the organizer, the prompter, the assessor, and the resource. Okay, so those are the 7 roles of a teacher in the 21st century. Okay, so the 7 roles of a teacher is also defined by the special education teacher, but there are modifications in the teaching learning process. So it's the same with the general setup, but we make the modification in the teaching learning process. Why? Because we provide academic intervention. So this needs intervention and support for children with unique needs. So it means to say that the children have their own unique needs. So we have their interventions. We give them modules, or for example, children with visual impairment, we give them modules so that they can learn read and how to read and write. Also with the hearing impairment, they use the sign language as their primary or means of communication. So we together with their disability. Okay, so the special education teacher also serves as advocate and a teacher. As education teacher works with classroom teachers. This is especially in the education wherein the children are included in the regular classroom. Then counselors and team members to write an individualized education programs or IEPs for children who are struggling academically, socially, and personally. So the special education teacher do this, the IEP, together with the parents and other uh, team, like the regular teacher, special education. If you have the psychologist, something like that, it is included in the IEP. Also, we assess instructional planning and teaching are the primary duties of special education teachers. So, with the regular setup and in the special education classroom, it is almost the same. But with in the teaching learning process, there is something they vary. No, because of the approaches, teaching strategies is different. Okay, so now we have the Classhome of Classhome. In the regular setup that is in the classroom. Now we go to the Classhome. Because of this pandemic, we have no face-to-face learning. So from classroom, we go now. The teachers now prepare of the following to ensure the learning of the learner. So we have learning plan, self-learning modules, which the Department of Education give to the different schools or division. So it is available, given by the Department of Education. If not available, you can use the activity sheets, teacher made, and learning activity sheets. Then we also have the videos lessons, especially when we have the online classes and others like mga PowerPoint presentation, something like that. Okay, now these are examples. So how we have the in preparations, we have the modules different from the example helping at home, pagtulong sa bahay, auditory attention, pakikinig ng mabuti, proper grooming and personal hygiene, malinis at maalaga sa sarili and other modules. I have here grade 5 modules and also video lessons. So all that teachers made for the learners. Okay, so After we prepared all that, we have the distribution and retrieval of modules. So the parents have their schedule when or where, when and what time they should go to the school. Ensuring that safety, should follow the health protocols, wearing masks and face shield, and something wrong. Okay, we have the kumustahan. Kumustahan, it is like asking, how are you? So in English, how are you? Meaning that the teacher can directly communicate with parents and learners and provide advice to ensure that both carry the responsibility of ensuring that the learners focus and improve their intellectual and moral skills. May call through video call or just call on the cell phone if no data available or internet available, doing at with their modules or activity sheets. So in here, the teacher may call, and also they can send videos and pictures so that we may know that all the learners are doing their work. And if ever now we have activities, we let them know in the kumustahan to our GC. Each teacher or advisor has their own GC aside from the general GC with all the chat with the parents. Okay, like this one, as you can see, the conversation. So in the conversation, anything that parents is concerned, they can relate. They can message us through the our group chat. If ever they do not have their data, the teacher call them, or they can call the teacher. Okay, if ever na there is no actually communication, no the parents no cell phone or any contact to them, the teachers or the special education teachers can go to their house to visit. So that is what we call the home visitation. So if there is a problem with the modules and how the parents deal with the learners regarding their modules, the teachers now can give them advice and how they should do it with their children. Okay, so that is the role of the teachers in classroom. Aside from the general kanina sa 7 roles of the teachers in the 20th century, all in one. The sped teacher do it also. Okay, that's all. I will leave this one to you. Educator, teacher activates inherent and inbuilt capacity of an individual by Rajiv Ranjan. So the teacher now is the one who activates what is inside the child to bring out the potential of the child. So we are the one who shape the minds of an individual. So in this, thank you very much for listening.
All right, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Our first speaker for tonight's session, that's Mom Veronica Galicia, who shared her take about the topic, the role of teachers in the new normal era. Thank you so much for preparing for us, Mom, that very insightful presentation. We were quite impressed with your slides, particularly on the role of teachers in the 21st century. I do believe that once the teacher can actually play the role that's being expected from her, no wonder she can actually execute learning in the classroom, despite of what platform they are actually
That's all. Thank
observing.
you for listening.
Yes, mom, can you hear me? All right, mom, can you hear me? Hello, mom Veronica, can you hear me?
Hello.
Yes,
Good
can you hear
evening.
me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, so your talk was really appropriate at this time when we are considering new approaches in dealing with our students in this time of pandemic. So we are coming up with the new approaches that is quite different from the approaches that we get to accustomed to in the 20th century. Now we are talking about 21st century where everything is new. All right.
New. Yes.
Yes. So we were quite impressed by your presentation, especially when you showcase your best practices, like you were having kumustahan with the students, like you were asking them how do they feel right now. Because the good there is that by just simply asking the students how do they feel, could actually lessen the burden that they're experiencing right now. We knew for a fact that some, if not most, of our students are now experiencing mental issue. Am I right?
Yes.
And
Yes.
also the home visitation that you are actually conducting is quite impressive. All right. So I once again thank
Thank
you
you.
on behalf of the Institute of Global Professional for preparing for us such a very insightful presentation. So, ladies and gentlemen, join me in thanking our first speaker for tonight's session. That's Ma'am Veronica Galicia. Thank you, ma'am. All
Thank
right.
you.
So, guys, if you have any questions to our first speaker, you simply drop a note on the chat box and keep on sending your question, any question that you have in mind. You can also submit your questions while the presentation is going on. All right. And before we call on our second speaker for tonight's session, do hang around, guys, okay, till the end of the webinar because IGP is going to make a special announcement. I'm sure this is going to be a good news for all of us here. So please do stick around so that you will know the special announcement that IGP is going to make at the later part of our webinar tonight. So, again, before we proceed, kindly please show your support to us by sharing this page to your friends. I mean, sharing this webinar to your friends, and also you can also share this one to your social media channels. You can also tag the name of your friends on the comments section down below so that you would have a chance to be informed and get participated and ultimately become a member of our growing international community. Doesn't that make sense, guys? Can we expect that from you? All right. So at this point, ladies and gentlemen, uh, let's pave this way to our second speaker for tonight's session. All right. So let's get to know our second speaker for tonight's session by sharing you this short video self-introduction of her. So here you go, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello, everyone. I am glad to introduce myself to you. I am Milet Bugay Sarmiento, 39 years of age, from the Schools Division of Olongapo City, Philippines. I am a graduate of Doctor of Education, major in Educational Management in the year of 2019 at President Ramon Magsaysay State University. blessed to be one of the Department of Education scholars in special education in 2010 to 2012, earned 21 units at Philippine Normal University. This opportunity has given me a chance to explore the world of special education, and it really changed and improved my purpose in my profession. To continue my professional growth, I attended many trainings and seminars in the division to international level, and it made me recognized and awarded as Division Most Outstanding SPED Teacher in 2016 and 2019. Regional level finalists as Best SPED Implementer in 2018 and second placer in 2019. To share my knowledge and skills, I served as speaker, trainer, and demonstration teacher in various special education events. Currently, I am a Master Teacher 1 and a School Special Education Coordinator at Gordon Heights 1 Elementary School, and a part-time faculty member of Gordon College teaching education subjects. Once again, this is Teacher Millet, your second presenter for today's webinar. Thank you very much, and God bless us all.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, here to share her take on the topic, the role of parents this time in special education under new normal era. Please welcome Dr. Milet Sarmiento.
Thank you very
Ma'am,
much, sir. Thank
yes,
you.
we're
I hope
so
everyone
glad to
can
have you
hear me.
here.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Am I loud and clear?
Yes, you're audible enough. We can hear your
Yes.
voice clearly.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay. So once again, hello everyone. So I'll start now, sir.
Yes,
A little bit
take
nervous.
it away.
Thank you. Okay. So here's my slide. Let me share first. Do you see my screen now, sir?
We haven't yet seen your screen. I think it's still loading. Okay, there you
Okay.
go.
Okay. So special education transition to new normal from classroom to classroom. So yours truly, Milet B. Sarmiento, I'm going to present to you the role of parents in home-based learning from classroom to classroom. Okay. So before I continue, I'd like to acknowledge first, of course, our family from the Schools Division of Olongapo City, headed by Ma'am Lailani Samson Cunanan, Session 5, our Schools Division Superintendent, Ma'am Mylene M. Ninimo, Dr. Mylene M. Ninimo, our Assistant Schools Division Superintendent, and of course, Sir Paquito A. Figueroa Jr., our Division SPED Coordinator, Dr. Priscilla T. Zonsa, our OIC Principal and PSDS, and of course, our former Principal, Ma'am Nilda Ikitaneg, to my Gordon Heights 1 Elementary School family, okay? SDO SPED family, our school heads, SPED coordinators and teachers, and of course, my friends, in Gordon Heights 1 Elementary School, handling SPED, Ma'am Rachel, Ma'am Jeline, and Ma'am Vilma. So, it is my desire to help and share with you what I have learned through Sir Edric Mendoza. I was inspired by him, so I want to acknowledge also Sir Edric Mendoza, a very talented person who has a lot of wisdom and very inspiring person. So, before I continue, I hope that everyone is well and safe. I do pray that everything you learned must be remembered so that you can also share this with others, especially parents of our learners. Okay, so my topic focus on the perspective of learning. The first part is how to motivate our children to learn. And the second part is how to empower them so that they have initiative to become more self-directed. So my slide here shows that what research says about how children learn best today. Okay, so Dr. Deborah Bell is the basis of this topic. She put a lot of years in research to find out how children learn best today. Okay, so we have here eight. First is that they believe their teacher and fellow students care about them. They can observe other students who model what success looks like. They have a teacher who has available to provide feedback and encouragement. They have plenty of physical activity, sunshine, and fresh air. Okay. Fifth, they can experience what they are studying firsthand. The work they are asked to do is matched with what they are ready to learn. They can make choices and decisions about their learning, and they have the opportunities to pursue their interests. So there will be two parts of my topic. There will be two parts to discuss. How to motivate our children will be focused on the first four principles. Okay, as I back here, I have here the first four principle, and that will be the first part of our discussion. Okay, so let's get started so that we can now help our learners and the parents, especially in the situation that we call new normal. Okay, so as you can see, how to motivate your child to learn at home. We have here a book entitled The 5 Love Languages. Okay po. So first is that let the children know you care about them. If we really want to motivate our children to give them energy studying or to learn, even as we work as parents, we need to let them know that we care. According to Gary Chapman, what we need to do is to know, understand what is our love language. So how to motivate your child to learn at home is first to know your love language. And that first love language is touch. Let the children know you care about them by touch. Okay? So how do we feel love? How does your children feel love? What is their love language? So first is touch. Example of this is when you embrace your child. They feel love. When you are embraced, you feel loved. For a couple, when you get kissed, you feel loved. When you feel physical touch, then you feel loved. Most likely, your love language is touch. To our kids, it is most likely when they saw you, they will call you and welcome you. Mommy, hugs. Mommy, I'll kiss you. You kiss me. They will run to you and they will hug and kiss you, right? Most likely, those kids, primarily, their love language is touch. So out of 5 language that I am going to discuss, there you will have primary love language or language of love. And by this, you will feel that you are very much loved through this language. So touch, this is number 1. So now think, is it your love language or this is your child's love language? Then the second is time. Some of us, it is okay that I am being hugged, kissed, but we realize touch is not my love language. I'm not touchy. My child is not touchy. But what we want is time. I feel very loved if my husband or my wife would give me undivided attention. Many of us work from home, family has many time to be together, but the reality is they are all together but occupied and busy with many things that parents still have no time to their kids. Kids are focused on gadgets, televisions, and other things. So if the child feels that their parents give time and focus with them, they feel love. For kids, actually, honestly, I have four children. I have 18, 17, 10, and 8. Can you imagine that all stages of my children, I have it? So 0 to 10 ages, many of them love is time. Their love of language is time. Hey, mom, look at my drawing. Look at my artwork. No, is this your child? They're getting your attention. Most of the time, I felt guilty because I'm always busy. So take some time, my dear parents. Doing your multiplication cards with your children, reading time, playing time, and then eating time. You eat with them. Okay? So that is time. Next is that words. Maybe I'm not touchy. It's okay with the time, but I like more is words. I feel love and special if my mom or my dad tells me that, oh, you're so pretty. I am so blessed that I have a child like you. Okay? Or I have a very loving wife, a very loving husband. I am very lucky. So, most likely, if you like affirmation, our child likes affirmation or positive words. So, as you can see, there's good, awesome, inspire, enjoy every moment. Wow, amazing, keep it up. No? So, those are positive words. You affirm your children. Okay? So, wow, very good. You are working very hard. Good job. They will very proud. There will be a feel of affirmation. So most likely their love language is words. Okay? Next is that service. Service. Yeah, I heard it most of the time, but I like it. The act of service. When our children wake up and we cooked, we prepared breakfast for them, they feel loved. When we serve for them, they feel loved. We do massage our children sometimes, right? Especially for those our kids who need therapy. We massage our children and they like it as we give it for them to relax. Even in a couple, massage service right after work, you feel love. If this is your child, if you feel love when you are served, your love language is service. Next, gifts. So that would be the fifth love language, gift. So honestly, most of us, okay, honesty is the best policy. So you have to be honest. You really like gifts, right? Through simple things, thoughtful gestures, when someone give us gifts, flowers, snacks, we feel love. If you know your love language, you should also know what your child love language is. Here's the principle will now be applicable in a way that if we want them to know what we care about them, the challenge for us is to speak their love language and not our love language as parents. If we want our children to know that we care about them, we cannot speak our love language and expect them to feel loved. So those are the five languages or love languages. The second one is that model what success look like. Okay, so model what success looks like. It is a right behavior. Sometimes it is very controversial today because it's time for us to model the right behavior. So if you want them to feel motivated, first is love, next is you need to show the right behavior. Especially today, everyone stay at home. If it's time to study, then study. If it is time for online classes, then follow your schedule. Children can play gadgets but limited. But the fact that most of what we are saying, we adults didn't follow. How can we be a model? It will be hard for them to do the same thing. Why is dad or mom act like that? Look at the picture. They are all busy with gadgets. So the second principle on the right behavior of success advise adults and children in using gadgets. Okay? So we use digital world primarily as producers, not consumers. The use of digital is for us to learn, finding way to build our skills, find sources of income, and improve ourselves in a new normal. Producing is everything to do in developing yourself, like applications like YouTube. Consume as you buy online, watch movies or videos just for fun. So the examples here is that in producing, it is everything you do that is developing yourself. But when you consume, like online shopping, like that, you only watch movies and videos just for fun. So no problem with consuming, but the problem is, do we do more consuming than producing? The danger of digital who can. Okay? So we want able to do this if we want to help our children to be motivated. Not only on showing that we care, love them, or model the right behavior in our home. We need to create a new system for motivation, incentive, and consequence. In special education, we are familiar here. According to Dr. Andrew Padua, the ceiling or incentive is for those who are responsible, who did something well. So as you can see there, there's a picture of ceiling or incentives, and the other picture, the child is facing the wall, which refers to the floor or consequence. Okay? So the ceiling or incentive is for those who are responsible, who did something well. You know that it will be motivate and encourage our children. It's a form of encouragement. So this can control our children in gadgets. So that is the ceiling or incentive. For floor or consequences, if they didn't do their tasks, we have consequences, right? So it's a win-win situation. Proper way to assess our children, work with the advice of their teacher. So collaborate with your teacher, you as parent, reinforces and other feedbacks. If you want your child to be motivated, you must have a form of encouragement. Feedback. Children should know that they are really doing well. So you should give feedback. Okay? So number 4 is have plenty of physical activity, sunshine and fresh air. So we all knew that we are in the pandemic situation, so most of us stays at home. Then, so finally, the fourth principle here, according to the research, as I wrap up my talk for the first part of my topic, just a good reminder to us. Okay? So have plenty of physical activity, sunshine, and fresh air. Because of this pandemic and the quarantine protocols, now that our children cannot go to school and they are forced to stay at home, many children are getting a little bit discouraged. No? They are discouraged because they are just staying at home. They cannot go outside. System change. We now do school works at home, right? They still need play. So go see the environment, feel the fresh air, the air. So these are the first 4 uh, guide to help us motivate our children at home for them to be energized. So that is the first part of my discussion. Um, Here we go. So the first 4 principles under the research is that They believe their teacher and fellow students care about them. They can observe other students who model that success look like. They have a teacher who has available to provide feedback and encouragement, and they have plenty of physical activity, sunshine, and fresh air. So I have a question. So if you really listened to what I have discussed on the first part of my topic, here's the question. What are the 5 love languages given by Dr. Gary Chapman? You can use the chat box for your answers. What are the 5 love languages given by Dr. Gary Chapman? So let me see here. Touch, words, time, service, gift. Thank you, Ma'am Happy Joy. You're the first one who answered it correctly. Complete first 5 languages. Touch, time, words, gift, service. So thank you very much for participating. So the answer, touch, time, words, service, gifts. So how to encourage self-directed learning. So we are now on the second part. Let's go on the part 2. How do we empower them? Not just motivated, but they will take initiative. They want to direct learning from home. So what are the next 4 for the second part? They can experience what they are studying firsthand. They are asked to do as much with what they are ready to learn. They can make choices and decisions about their learning. They have the opportunities to pursue their interest. On this part, let us know what are the practical things that we can do. Okay, so number 5 is that have them experience what they are studying firsthand. This has something to do with experience. Many people see the trends futurist. Many of them say that we have moved away agricultural age, industrial age, information age, with all of the technology, but some other futurists say we are now hitting the experience age. Since there is so much information, still important is the experience. We want experience, especially to our learners. They must become self-directed and be empowered. Learning is also experience. How can my child develop in this area? Even that they're at home, that can still learn fractions. So for example, fractions. You have a pie. How can you cut into 4 equal parts? Can you give daddy 1/4 of a pie? Then the parents think another activities where they can learn at home. If you parents love plants, let them experience it. What are the colors of your plants? Their parts? How can we take care of plants? Let them experience what you parents do with your plants. Help them experience it more. Apply it in a situation. Match the work with what they are ready to learn. Okay, so good workspace. Because we are now in a new normal, our children are now home-based learning. Class home, from classroom to class home. Parents think, what place fits to my child so that he or she could focus studying, so that they can learn well? In our case, how can we set it up so that they will not just be motivated to learn, but they will now drive on their own? I will study. I will do this. Get them involved to get a good workspace for them. Remember the 3 learning styles? Visual, audio, and kinesthetic. Okay, if your child, if you know that you found out that your child is a visual learner, of course, their workspace must have a lot of pictures, images, maybe the wall around her or him has a lot of pictures, posters, like that, more pictures around the workspace. But if your child is an audio learner, they can learn with music, okay, with background music, with music or silent, okay, a quiet place. While in kinesthetic learners, they can learn even they are moving. So the use of the manipulative things, materials, toys. So these are things that you can have around your children because they are kinesthetic learners. Their workspace depends on their learning style, stimulating for learning. Match the learners to workspace. Make sure that matches the learning style of your children. Okay? So here we go. Allow them to make choices and decisions about their learning. The autonomy of children, for children, we made sure that they have a choice. We give them empowerment. Example is the schedule. For us, special education teachers, we knew that we prepare schedule for our children, different schedule for our different learners. So as well as for parents, you can also prepare your schedule or timetable for your child. We give them empowerment. Example of this is the schedule. For example, from Monday to Friday, if they have modular or online classes, for example, from 7:30 to 1:30 p.m. And then after that, they have flexible time. They can do their school assignments, etc. So you will show or practice them through the timetable what would be their routine, their everyday routine, the daily routine of your child. So you put it on their schedule. Allow them to familiarize it and let them choose. You are giving them the autonomy that you are empowering them to learn. When you are giving them a chance to choose, you are giving them the autonomy. They will feel empowered because they have a choice naturally. They will drive the learning forward. So allow them to make choices and decisions about their learning. Number 8 is that create opportunities to pursue their interest. So finally, if you want to help them become self-directed and feel empowered beyond just being motivated to learn, but they will drive the learning, they will become self-directed. What we should do is that we give them opportunities. Kids have many likes. We've seen the fact across that children, obviously, no children are alike. Each children are different. So the challenge is, what is the likes, okay, of our children? What are the interests that they have? And to make them feel empowered, we want them to give opportunity to pursue the interest. Not the way, hey, stop what you are doing. That's enough. You need to study your lessons now. Is there a way to retain their enthusiasm in learning, in studying? Example, many in our children are intimate with things. They want it to be with them always, especially for our learners with special educational needs. A child who likes dinosaurs. It is his interest to pursue or use the dinosaur. In academic, you can have books about dinosaurs. Then you help them read. Help him learn how to read. Science books, you can also use dinosaurs in math. How many dinosaurs do I have here? You count. One, two, three, four, five. So you use their toys, the dinosaur toys, in counting. You can use the books about dinosaurs in reading. See? You can use it, science books, math, history. So for us to let our children to become directed, let us find out their interests and give them opportunity to pursue it even the context of learning. So that's one practical way to apply this is to pursue their interest. What about the slime? How can we put it into life lesson or in academic? So you learn about science, in art, by using slime. How do we make slime? What are the compositions of the slime? Okay? How can we make it? By the use of glue, what else? A powder, a detergent powder, what else? What are the ingredients to make slime? So you teach your child, okay? And then you make an art form, okay? And you can also sell slime. You can use it, that skills for them to be a business, simple or a little one who has a business making slime, selling slime, as you can see that. As parent, I am encourage you to ask, or what are these opportunities that we have to help our children pursue their interests, and make sure that these interests are now brought into learning of that subjects, so that they will empowered and maybe leveling it up to be a businessman or to develop their life skills. So that's it. Create opportunities to pursue their interest. So I have a bonus here. What are those bonus? Encourage questions to your children and encourage competence more than completing. So what do we mean by this? In encourage questions, you encourage children to ask questions. Do not destroy their desire to learn. Better to ask questions. While in encourage competence more than completing, you encourage competence more than competing. What are opportunities will be presented to them if our only goal is pick for them to finish their schooling? Instead, we need to help them think about, as parents, let us think what is suit to develop their competence. Not only goal of being graduated or leveling up, exit to elementary, then enter to high school, to college. Learning is important skills that can help them get into a good job and have a good future. So it is important to discover and find the best thing and priority to learn for our child. Very important is values. Values before skills, values before money. Help them learn the right values that they can now use and applied as they move forward. Okay? So I have a question again. So here we go. What are the two keywords or messages that tell us how children learn best today? Who can guess or who can answer? So you can type your answer on our chat box. What are the two keywords or messages that tell us how children learn best today? As I check here my chat box, right behavior, yes, care and creator, encourage patience, encouragement and experience, care and create, values, inspire and care. Let them experience what they are learning, encourage and motivate. Okay, thank you very much for participating. You are very active on our chat box. You are really listening, my dear participants. So here we go. The two keywords here, or the messages The first is we motivate our children. We motivate our children. The second one, we empower. We empower them to have initiative to become more self-directed. So those are the very important messages for us parents on what we can do to our children, uh, what we can help for our children from classroom to classroom as we now always stay at home. So the role of parents here is very, very important. So as I close my talk, I speak here as a parent, not only a teacher, because I firmly believe that the family is the basic unit of the community or the society. And if we want the community to change, it starts in our home. As Sir Edric Mendoza states that because of this pandemic, so many challenges and crises, but let's see that there are still powerful opportunities, a very unique situation for us to change in our family and at home. I have a quote in here. No other success can compensate for failure in the home by David O. McKay. We need to make sure that our home is strong. Our relationship are strong. Our children learn well. So in Tagalog, walang anumang tagumpay ang maaaring magbayad sa kabiguan sa bahay. Okay? So, in Filipino language, walang anumang tagumpay ang maaaring magbayad sa kabiguan sa bahay by David O. McKay. So, my dear colleagues, parents, participants, let us take this opportunity to create change in our homes. Not only helping them to be motivated and encouraged in learning, but also seeing the right values and learning from us. Thank you very much, and God bless us all.
Yes, what a profound statement coming from Dr. Nilet B. Sarmento, all the way from the Philippines. All right. Thank you, Mom, for that sea of knowledge and wisdom you shared us during your amazing presentation. Very
Thank you.
engaging yet informative and substantial presentation. I wish to say many things to your presentation had it been to time constraint, but allow me to pinpoint some of it. Okay, I was quite impressed with us sharing your ways of motivating the children, like the power of the touch. The way I see your presentation is that uh, there's going to be a prerequisite in effective learning. Okay, motivation that is love should come first. Okay, when there is love, everything will follow, and we can do it by having this. Giving our children the warmth of touch that so that they could feel that they're being loved by their parents. Of course, time, the best gift that we can give to our children is the time that we can spend with them. And of course, the magic of words, that's proper communication or constant communication between the children and the parents, especially when we are talking here about children with special needs. Of course, the service. All right. When you
Yes.
do service to those children, they will definitely feel that they're being loved so much by their parents. And because I'm speaking from experience, all of us here are actually speaking from experience, and of course the gifts. Okay, that is reinforcement. That is in the form of reward, right? So when your children do better and then keep on providing a gift through reward as a form of reinforcement so that they could maintain their motivation in learning, right? And
Yes.
also, I would like to point out, I was quite impressed with you, Mom, uh, Millet pointing out the importance of physical activity, like going outside and having sun exposure, because I was so saddened by the fact that children of today are so much engaged with playing gadgets, up to the extent that they are now observing physical activity. They don't usually go outside. They spend most of their time playing gadgets. So what we are after is the possible consequence that they might be experiencing, like the chances are they will be getting chronic diseases. I hope the government, like the DepEd, can do something, get together with the Department of Health, like uh, it could be integrating on our curriculum the importance of nutrition, something like that, and then the importance of engaging in physical activity, because in the long run, what we're after is the possible consequence. I mean, the possible diseases that we could get out of too much engaging in playing physical activity, and the importance of sun exposure. Children before used to play under the heat of the sun. So the beauty there is that they could actually get vitamin D, which is so important in our
Yes.
body. Yes. For that, on behalf of IGP, please accept our sincerest appreciation for such a commendable job.
Thank you very
All right.
much.
Yes, we are looking forward to having you again in our next series.
Yes.
All right. Okay, so there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That's Dr. Milet Sarmento delivering her topic on the role of parents. I do believe that there are a lot of parents who are attending right now, and I hope they learn a lot, okay, based on the presentation given to us by Dr. Sarmento in motivating our children to learn effectively despite of the pandemic that we are experiencing right now. All right, so there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Before we proceed with our third speaker for tonight's session, allow us first to express our congratulations to Robin Patel, yes, for receiving a certificate of lifetime membership for having a regular attendance. So congratulations, Dr. Robin Patel. Because of your regular attendance, IGP is now awarding you a certificate of lifetime membership. And I guess that's a rare opportunity. Not everyone has given a chance like that. All right. So again, just a quick reminder, please do hang around for the special announcement that's going to be made by the IGP. I hope it's going to be a good news for all of us here. Okay, so at this point, ladies and gentlemen, allow us to call on our last but not the least speaker for tonight's session. So for that reason, let's watch this video, this short video self-introduction of her. Okay, so here we go, ladies and gentlemen.
Hi, a pleasant day to all. A humble Filipina special education teacher from the Division of Pasig City, Philippines, gladly to meet you all. Yours truly is currently teaching in the Castro Elementary School. I started to teach as grade 3 teacher, handling symptomology sections, developing on good behavior towards studies and personal development. In 2010, I was assigned to be a part of a special education program and become a grade leader and SPED coordinator. It is indeed amazing to be in special education since I graduate of Bachelor of Elementary Education, major in mathematics at Pasig Catholic University in 1999. As fulfillment, I was given the scholarship from the Department of Education to attend 21 masteral units in Philippine Normal University. After, I focused myself teaching learners with special needs under early intervention to kindergarten level and transition program for ages 13 to 15 years old. Currently, I own tutorial center for learners with special needs based in Pasig City, Philippines, and starting to open a small learning center here where I stay now, in Antipolo City, Rizal, Philippines, for learners with special needs. I hope that these special events granted to us may provide you learning and skills on how to handle with enthusiasm homeschooling with your kids in times of pandemic. Thank you very much. It's me, Mrs. Mary Ann Rafol Batalier.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, we are very fortunate in having us here, Mom Mary Ann Batalier, to share here insights and take on the topic behavior modification. So,
Yes,
ladies and
sir.
gentlemen, again, let's all welcome Ma'am Mary Ann Batalier.
Hi, good day to all of you. I do not know what to say if it's good morning, good afternoon, or good night all over
Yes,
the
it
world.
depends on it depends on where you are.
Yes. So I will just share my screen.
Yes.
Wait for a while. Did you see my screen, sir?
Not
Is
yet,
it,
but I
is it
think
on?
it's still loading. You have to wait for a few seconds because it will pop up, okay, on the
Okay.
screen. So there you go. There you go. Ma'am.
Is it in there?
Yes, we are now
Okay.
seeing your slides.
Hello, everyone. Again, I am Ma'am Mary Ann Bataliar from Division of Pasig City, and I'm glad to share with you what we have learned in special education. I hope that we can share what you need this time in midst of pandemic. So my topic today is about behavioral management. So as we can see in my screen, now we learn about on how to handle as teachers and parents inside our houses. So this time, let us see how to manage their behavior since we know that they have different environment from school to their homes. So let's first have the objectives for my topic. Okay. So are we ready with new norms? I know that we are already since we it's already um 1 year after the pandemic. So, what are our objectives for today? First, we have to understand child behavior with special needs. And under that is who are the children with special needs. Let's try to know first who are those with special needs. What are the characteristics of a child with special needs? And how do misbehavior of children with special needs occur? And the next topic is on how to cope and manage child's behavior with special needs. And under that, we'll see what do we mean by behavior modification and who can help modifying behavior of a child with special needs, and what are the techniques and strategies in modifying behavior of a child with special needs. So let's start with the first one, children with special needs. Who are they? A special needs child is a youth who has been determined to require special attention, specific necessities that other children do not. So there is a difference between the typical child and the special children. So the word children with special needs is for children who may have challenges with which are more severe than the typical child and could possibly last a lifetime. So as we can observe, those family having a special child with special needs, that case is for lifetime. What we can do is just to modify their behavior so that they can cope on the lifestyle that we have. So these children will need extra support, like having therapists and additional services like speech therapists, then tutorial, sped tutorial, all of those things are the special services that our children needed. So they will have distinct goals and will need added guidance and help meeting academic, social, emotional, and sometimes medical milestones. That's why we special education teachers always advise to have a new assessment from developmental pediatricians for us to know whether the child is had a development or decreasing the ages. It is according to what they experience. So, persons with special needs may need lifetime guidance and support while dealing with everyday issues such as housing, employment, social involvement, and finances. That's why in Ma'am Millet, no, topic, it is very important the support of the family for the children with special needs. So the developmental and behavioral pediatric section delivers services to children who may have developmental and behavioral concerns such as speech and language delay, autism, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder or the ADHD, and learning difficulties. So these are one of the disabilities that we can see and we observe with children with special needs. And the diagnosis after, no, after taking the developmental and behavioral pediatrics, they will give us the result, the diagnosis of these experts of what kind of disability does our children has. So they can give us speech or language delays, autism spectrum disorder where I am handling, learning cognitive delays, social and emotional disorders and learning differences or disabilities, developmental delays, intellectual disability, physical disabilities such as vision problem, those who are blind, cerebral palsy, and other conditions like the hearing impairment, children with hearing impairment, and attention deficit hyperactivity disorder or the ADHD, and children born with Down syndrome and a gifted children. So those categories are under the umbrellas of children with special needs. So if your child has this kind of condition, the state may declare this status for the pursuit of offering benefits and assistance for the child's well-being and growth. And that's why here in the Philippines, many of my parents, I ask them to join to get those benefits like we have ACAP. This organizations provides scholarship for the children and also they give supports for the needs of these children. So it's very important for all of us having children with special needs to have organizations in our place so that they will have a support and benefits gained by this organization. So for children with special needs, early intervention is very important. Why? Because towards this program, no, we have this in school. The child fulfill his or her full academic, emotional, and social potential. So in this intervention, we help children to develop their socialization skills, their emotional skills, like they will able to understand the feeling that they have inside, and they be able to learn also the academic, like writing, reading, arts activities, and what we have done in school, like the normal children in a regular setting. So this process during which the developmental abilities of the child are evaluated. Okay, so if necessary, a program is developed that contains services or individualized on the basis of the child's specific needs. That's why we have the IEP, wherein we put there the skills that they need to be developed that will help to further enhance the child's developmental skills and encourage developmental growth. So, this early intervention is very important for children with special needs. They should not be detained at home. We should bring them in school because it is the important part of their life. They can learn many things, like the children with autism, we know that they are not socialized, they are not organized. So by attending early intervention class in school, they slowly develop those skills that they need in life. So typically, families with special needs are on a lifetime journey that is both emotionally and financially challenging. We need more money if we have kids with special needs because they need special support. There are so many things that we need to give for them to fully develop. So, families of children with special needs may experience a myriad of emotion upon diagnosis. So, upon bringing up those children and diagnosed with these different disabilities, the families may feel anger, grief, loss, and denial. So, many times I experience the denial stage of the parents. And this is normal. And some of them get angry and questioned not only themselves but God, why they have this kind of children. They don't know that they have special place in heaven because they receive a special child. And they denied. No, many parents cannot accept the fact that they have a special child. But it's a normal feeling for the family, most especially for the parents. Okay, so it is important to remember to be patient. If you feel those emotions, let us try to be patient with yourself, as these emotions are a natural part of the process. With time comes acceptance, and then you and your family can focus on beginning the process of helping your child with special needs achieve their fullest potential. If you feel frustrated, worry, or simply aren't sure of what to do next, just seek an advice to the experts. And who are our experts? Later on, I'll tell you who can help you to modify the emotions that you have as the developmental pediatrician diagnose your children. Let's clear first the characteristics of these children with special needs. First, we have the ADHD, or the deficit hyperactivity disorder. Okay, these are the characteristics of this child. Okay, they fail to give close attention to details or making careless mistakes in schoolwork, work, or other activities. That's why many times we observe that why my child is very careless. They just walk around and run around the sala without noticing that something is falling down, because they have difficulty sustaining attention in task or play activities. So they have short span, waiting span, no? That is the characteristic of an ADHD. They not to listen when spoken to directly. Their eyes are moving left and right and up and down. They will not look directly to you. Not following through on instructions and failing to finish schoolwork, chores, or duties in the workplace, not due to oppositional behavior or failure to understand instructions. So many kids with ADHD have that kind of behavior. Difficulty organizing tasks and activities. So lots of mess in our house when we have an ADHD child. And then they avoid, dislike, or be reluctant to engage in tasks that require sustained mental effort. They just want to do what they want. So if you're going to give them a schoolwork or homework, they will not finish that because of their behavior. Losing things necessary for task or activity, like for example, their toys, school assignments, pencils, books, or tools. As you check their bags, something is missing inside. They lose things. Being easily distracted by extra news stimuli. So if they are doing their school activities and then you open your television, they will be distracted. So they should have a place where they can study in a focus activities. Being forgetful in daily activities. That's why we always ask, why can't you read this? I teach you this already yesterday, and then they forget it. Or sometimes they can't finish their homework. As they go to school, they have no homework to bring on. For the symptoms of hyperactivity and impulsivity, the following behaviors are described. So we have another here, the fidgeting with hands or feeting squealing in sit. No, they can sit like the others. They're always moving and then fidgeting their hands like this, or feet, moving feet, and squealing in sit. Leaving their seat in classroom or in other situation. And running around climbing excessively in situation in which it is an inappropriate. It is in adolescents, even the adults. So, being on the go or often acting as if driving by a motor, talking excessively, blurting out answers before questions had been completed. No, they will give you the answers even though you are not yet finished with your question. Difficulty awaiting turn, yes. So if they need to use comfort room, they'll just go over taking with other classmates, interrupting or intruding on others, sample butting into conversation or games. So I have that kind of students, always butting in our conversations. Judging from the last 6 months of behavior, see, you need to see these criteria for 6 months in your child before telling that maybe, or before judging a child that maybe he has or she has a symptom of an in ADHD. Okay? Six out of the nine criteria. So remember that nine criteria must be observed before we conclude that a child has an ADHD. And if we are teachers, we can recommend parents to seek an advice from developmental pediatricians. How about if a child has autism? Autism can often be diagnosed or detected at an early age. How age is that? As early as 3 years old. Many parents told me before that, teacher, my son is is an advanced kids when he was in 1 to 2.5 years old. But as they reach 3 years old, they go back to zero. Okay, so that autism occurs. So, what are the possible indicators if you have children with autism? Okay, lack of bubbling or pointing by age 1. They cannot make sounds by age 1 or pointing things at age 1. Lack of any single words by 16th month age. Remember that. Lack of response to name being called. Many had the comparison of a child with hearing impairment and with autism. It is because both of them don't respond on a call. Poor eye contact. Same with other disability. They have poor eye contact. They're not going to look at you eye to eye. Excessive need for quiet and order. That's why here in the Philippines, we said they have their own world. Lack of smiling or responsiveness to others. Symptoms of autism for toddler aged children or older include the following: weakness in making friends or relating to peers. They can play with themselves. Lack of ability to engage in conversation. Repetitive actions. They just follow you. They can imitate only your words. But late comprehension of what they are doing or talking. Repetitive or strained language patterns, obsession like preoccupation with objects or conversational subjects. That's why sometimes if they want to eat spaghetti all day long and for many years they just want to eat spaghetti. That's why in my classroom I used to train them eating different kinds of food, most especially those nutritious food. I train them to do that. Everything that we have in school, they need to experience it. Okay, so that the obsession might be slowly and they forget it to be obsessed in one thing. Okay, how about children with learning disabilities, academic learning problems? Okay, so these children may diagnose a little bit later than the ADHD and with autism because they have just an academic learning problems. If the child cannot read, even though they are in grade 1, 2, 3, and 4, maybe the child has a learning disability. A language disorders, they cannot um, complete a sentence. They cannot make correct form of sentences. Perceptual disorder, metacognitive deficits, socio-emotional difficulties, problems with memories, motor difficulties, attention and impulsive control deficiencies. So these are the characteristics of children with learning disabilities. How about the gifted? This is the opposite of those first disabilities. Gifted individuals are the unusual alertness, has an unusual alertness even in infancy. They are advanced. They have rapid learner, puts thoughts together quickly, excellent memory, unusually large vocabulary and complex sentence structure for age. I experienced two of my students. They were diagnosed first with speech delay, but later on, we noticed that these children are gifted children. They can answer activities. They are only 5 years old, but they can do grade 6 mathematics activities. They can read better than grade 6 pupils. They can do high school activities. That's why I advise their parents to have another diagnosis from developmental pediatricians for us really to know whether the child has an speech delay or a gifted one. Enjoy solving problems, especially with numbers and puzzles. This is correct. Often self-taught reading and writing skills as preschooler. Deep, intense feelings and reactions. They are more matured than the others. Highly sensitive, thinking is abstract, complex, logical, and insightful. Idealism and sense of justice at early age. Concerns with social and political issues and injustices. Longer attention span in a sense, concentration, preoccupied with own thoughts, daydreamer, learn basic skills quickly and with little practice. Ask probing questions, wide range of interest, highly developed curiosity, interest in experimenting and developing things differently, puts idea or things together that are not typical, keen and or unusual sense of humor. So, this is the first part. Now we know how to categorize our children. Are they special children or just like the typical one? Remember that at least 75% of the characteristics of these children with special needs or these characters given to you before thinking that your child has a special needs. Okay? So now, let's go after learning these characteristics of children with special needs. Let's go to the second topic that I have, the challenges faced by learners with special needs in times of pandemics. So other behavior problems that can mask a child with special needs includes impulsivity, inattention, not following directions, mood swings, disorganization, temper tantrums, and defiance. Did you experience these things? Now, if you are experiencing these problems with your children with special needs, let's try to cope and manage child's behavior of these things. So let's define first what is a behavior modification. Behavior modification defined as the alteration of behavioral patterns through the use of such learning techniques as biofeedback and positive or negative reinforcement. Earlier, Teacher Millet mentioned about the positive reinforcement by telling them, "Wow, very good, excellent, magnificent," and giving some rewards. Like if they really like to watch TV, then after doing things, after answering their activities, their modules, then you can have that. So those are the positive reinforcement that we can give to our children so that they may able to be more lively in doing their activities in school while they are at home. How about the negative reinforcement? Since we are now in child center, in our school, we are always advised not to give negative reinforcement for the children. But in special education program, it is very impossible for us not to give one. But it does not mean that we're going to hurt those kids. Negative reinforcement for those children are the same with what we had in topic of mamilet. We let them face the wall and you can have that at home. It means that they make things wrong. But please make it sure that your child understand what you are doing. That is the most important thing that we should do. Try to explain first why they need to do that negative reinforcement. Okay, before doing that. Or else there's nothing that they can do giving that reinforcement for your children. So, more simply, you can modify your child's behavior with positive consequences and negative consequences. For example, of behavior modifications which can be used to increase behavior are praises and approval, modeling, positive programming, shaping, or token economy, and self monitoring. Okay, who are able to give help to children with special needs? So we have four important people that can provide help for the special children with special needs. First is the developmental pediatricians. Why do we need to seek an advice from developmental pediatricians? Because therapists, teachers, parents, families, and your neighbors cannot tell you the correct diagnosis of your child. It is only the developmental pediatricians and the other experts with license. So that's why we need to seek the help of the developmental pediatricians for us to know the proper program to be given to your children with special needs. They will advise you and they will give you the correct diagnosis, not the hearsays of our neighbors and other people. After the developmental pediatricians, they will ask us to bring our children to the different therapists. So that's the time we bring our children to the therapy center to provide them the proper program. Then, after that, if they are able and ready to attend the school, then that time we will meet the teachers. In school, we are giving them the socialization skills, the academic skills, as well as the gross motor skills. That's why in our school, we are very active in sports We also have Zumba lessons every Friday that is for the gross motor skills of the children. And also we have the art activities every Wednesday for them to develop their skills in arts and academic. Every Monday, Tuesday is our full time for their academic in English, reading, math, and the mother tongue, the Filipino, because we are in the Philippines. And this time, we need the help of the parents and the family. As what we have learned in talk of Teacher Millet and Teacher Veronica, no, we need to have constant communication of the teachers and the parents. And the teachers and the parents and the family will help each other on how to handle these children with special needs in their homeschooling. So you have a big role in this new era. So how are we going to handle our children with special needs in homeschooling? Okay, so around the nation, K to 12 schools are frantically trying to adapt to abrupt closures during the coronavirus. But while all teachers are struggling with the new normal, special education teachers in particular are facing unparalleled challenges, transitioning both their teaching and their students and families to home based instruction tailored to each student's needs. When you say special education, you are talking about an umbrella of ages, interests, abilities, and disabilities, within which are individual needs identified by their individualized education program or the IEP that I mentioned earlier. Explains Margaret Schaffer, said a third grader teacher in Morton, Illinois, who wonder how they can provide sufficient support for each of their students who each have very different requirements to learn. So, unlike developing a whole class lesson plan online, special education teachers are now tasked with developing unique plans for every student that align with their IEPs as required by federal mandate. So, one huge hurdle teachers say is determining if both the learning and services students are accustomed to receiving in school, things like gross motor remediation and behavioral therapy can even be offered in a home-based setting or through digital resources. So see, your your participation is a big help for your children to learn and to adopt the new norms of schooling. So what are the things to um, consider? Letter A is to setting up home-based learning. So how are we going to set up a home-based learning? So special education educators recommend working on establishing an appropriate learning environment and objectives for students and their families before launching into a detailed list of to-dos and daily activities. So, we have an agreement what to do. The teachers gives you the modules and the activities to be done for the whole week or for the whole month. So the parents now are well trained by the teachers We work hand on hand, like what we do in our schools here in the Philippines. No, we make the modules, and then we ask the parents to go to school, and then we give them the modules, and we have our orientation on how to do and how to assess their children in doing those modules at home. Letter B, the teacher's work transforms from a direct learning model to a coaching model. So now we are just a coach. No, we are not the direct learning model this time. The direct teacher is the parents or the guardian. So the teacher now supports the families through the process of understanding school expectations and goals and objectives. Okay, so we give the support to the family. So don't be shy, don't have a second thought to ask to call your teachers, because we are here to support you all the time on how to manage homeschooling for your children with special needs. Next one is to recalibrate goals and objectives. Okay, so teachers, we evaluate the IEP goals given to you if it is achievable or none, because they are now in new environment. They just stayed at home. So that's why in our IEPs we put more on about an activities outside the house. No, we put them on outside activities like running every Friday. They have to go outside and have some sunlight, even just in front of your house. So those are the IEP goals given to the parents. But if still it is not achievable, then we work with the families to break learning targets into manageable benchmarks. If the given objectives for 6 months is not manageable, and then that the parents called us after 1 week, then we will advise them to just go on to repeat the program, repeat it daily for the children um, to follow the instruction given to them. But if it is not, then we will try to make it modify again, break it into from easy to easy up to the last part of their program. So that's how we recalibrate the goals and objectives of the activities. So proactively engage but be flexible. Parents are also likely to need continuous guidance. No, that's why we have the we can you can call us via phone, and we can have video conferences. We do that every month for the parents. We had the video conference through Zoom app, and then you can have an email ad for your teachers to make sure that they feel supported, no? And for parents and caregivers who are the first language is not English, then you can have a translator. Like for example, in only in the Philippines we have different kinds of language. We have Bisaya, we have in Mindanao they have different language. So they can have their interpreter to understand the communication. So the next is the student's goals and learning. So upending a regular routine can be specific, especially upsetting for students with special needs. Our audience asserted to teachers, so teachers and families should work together to create home learning activities that resemble the school day. So in all this steps that we need to do for to modify the behavior of our children, it is very important for us to have a parents and teacher communication. Without that, we cannot have 100% achievable achieving the objectives set by the schools for children with special needs. So we need also to emphasize structure. Most of we need to have a teaching staff available for constant instruction, clarification, and focus. So being at home, even with the same level of academic work, lacks the same focus and can lead to inconsistent work effort. Follow a similar order to the schedule student had at school. So emphasize the structure. This is usually activity done in school. Then a parent should have the same activity at home. No, you need to follow what we have in schools. Like for example, in school we have the routine at early in the morning. They need to fall in line outside the classroom before entering the school. Then at home they are not going to fall in line the outside your outside the door. What you can do is to let them know that they need to take a bath first, eat breakfast, brush their teeth before going to their school room and do their activities. So just need to have an routine notes beside and put it in front of their doors. They can read that every day with the time, so they can manage their time by themselves. And then if they cannot follow that, you can guide them doing that every day. Okay, so this is the most important that you should do to communicate with parents and caregivers clearly. So we teachers, we need to communicate you from time to time for us to know whether the given activities or the IEP's objectives given to you is achievable or none. And then we can make an arrangement and we can replicate it accordingly to the skills and to the ability of your children. So that these are the things that we should always remember. If we can follow this, we can have a good communication with our teachers, and also we can help our children to learn better during school home-based norms. So to end my topic for tonight, no, sensory supports, I just want to share it with you. This one, as a special need parents, we don't have the power to make life fair, but we do have the power to make life joyful. So for that, thank you very much. And I hope that you learned something from my topic. And God bless us all. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you so much, Ma'am Mary Ann Batalier, for giving us such a very informative, extraordinary, amazing presentation. I think you have covered all the essential elements in understanding the behavior of a children with special needs and on how could the parents could possibly cope up with such kind of behavior that's being manifested by the children with special needs. I do believe with your statement that special children really do need special time, special attention, and special care. All right. Uh, Comparing them to a normal children that we have. And I'm pretty sure our parents who are in attendance right now are having a good idea. And definitely they would take your words into action. All right. We need to give more time, more attention, and more uh, love for our children who are actually special. That's how I understand your topic. And the keyword here is understanding,
Yes.
right?
Yes, sir.
Of course, you can actually understand the people if you happen to get yourself acquainted with the unique characteristics that they are actually manifesting. So the first thing that a parent should do is to get themselves acquainted with the unique characteristics that a special child is actually manifesting. Okay, in right at the home. That way, you can actually understand the unique characteristics that they are actually showing to other people. All right. So we
Yes.
once again thank you, Mama, for that very informative and engaging presentation. All right. And we hope to have you here with us again in the next series. All right.
Thank you very
Again,
much,
thank you
sir.
so much. That's Mom. Yes, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That's Mom Mary Ann Batalier in her presentation about the behavior modification. Ma'am Batalier, together with our two speakers, will be joining us later on for the question and answer segment of tonight's webinar. All right. So again, thank you so much, ma'am. All right. So keep on submitting your question, guys, on the comment section down below, and make sure to identify the speaker's name that you wish to address your question. And just a quick reminder, this session is being recorded, all right, to be available for public viewing post-conference on our YouTube channel, okay? So if for any reason you have this difficulty in accessing our live webinar tonight, or on account of poor connection or unavailability of time, don't you worry, guys, because we will be uploading the full recording video of our session tonight on our YouTube channel. So all you have to do is you simply check out our YouTube channel. That's the Institute of Global Professional. So you can actually have it reviewed, playback over and over again for you to catch all those information that you think you messed out. All right. So at this point, ladies and gentlemen, all right, so here we go, ladies and gentlemen. There you have it on the screen, the event code. That's IGPO01. Okay, keep on copying that one on the window on the browser, on your browser. Okay, once you get to the page of slido.com, you simply copy or type the code, the event code. That's IGP01. Okay, so more participants or players are keep coming in. As of this time, we have a total of 283 participants who just joining in for our online quiz competition. You have your name on the screen. Once you get yourself registered, automatically your name will appear on the screen. So we have 292 players who are joining in for our online quiz game competition. Guys, just to give you a tip, make sure that you can actually provide the answer as fast as you can, because that's one of the basis of Slido that come in ranking your score. So let's now begin with the first question. All right. Who is the father of special education? Is it Edward Sigin? I'm not sure if I pronounce it well. And option number two, we have George Washington. George Washington. All right. Okay, so I think the Slido is now tabulating the result of your answer. Hello. I think I'm getting lost. Am I dropping out on the screen? Okay, we apologize. Okay, so we have the correct answer here. It's option number one, that's Edward Sigin. Okay, 75% of our players got the correct answer. Congratulations, guys, for doing a good job. All right, okay. I think I'm having a connection problem. Okay. Hello, everyone. Can you still see me on the screen? Am I dropping out? Okay. So that's the number two questions. Okay. Let's find out which one is the correct answer. Okay. Slido, please reveal the correct answer. It's a struggling 12-year-old needing special education services. All right. Unfortunately, only 27% of our players really got the correct answer. Okay, so let's now proceed with the third question. How would a teacher begin a special education referral? Option A, document grades and interventions used as well as concerns. Option number two, write a letter expressing concerns and submit to child study team. And option C, have the parents write a letter. And option D, document the progress being made and their success. Okay, so I'm sorry guys if I'm totally dropping out of the screen because I think I'm experiencing a poor connection right now. Okay. So keep on answering. Okay, we have the correct answer on the screen. We have document, grades, and interventions used as well as concerns. 40% of our players got a correct answer. All right. Congratulations, guys. You're doing a good job. Now let's proceed with our next question. Okay. Which one is not an eligibility for special education? Is it A, option A, intellectual disability, okay, dyslexia, emotional disturbance, and traumatic brain injury? Which do you think is the correct answer? All right. Okay. So, again, I'm getting lost. Okay, what I see on the screen, phrasing. Okay, okay, so the correct answer is dyslexia. All right. Unfortunately, only 10% of our players got the correct answer. There you have the little board on the screen showing us the results of the score. Now let's proceed with question number 5. In terms of special education, what does FAPI stand for? Is it free, appropriate public education? Option B, features adapted peer educator. Option C, forms acquired patent entrance. And option D, fulfilling actions paced everywhere. All right, so at this point in time, the Slido is processing and tabulating the results of your answer. So let's find out. All right, the correct answer is that's option A, free, appropriate public education. All right, I think majority of the players got the correct answer. All right, congratulations, guys. You're doing fine in the quiz competition. All right, so we're now on question number 6. Blank education is unsystematic and deals with everyday experiences. The choices are: is it A, formal, B, informal, C, non-formal, and D, normal? Which do you think, guys, is the closest and appropriate answer? All right, Slido, please reveal us the correct answer. Here we go. All right, it's informal. Okay, that's good enough because majority of our players, 52% of our players got the correct answer. That is informal. All right, now let's proceed with our next question, that's number 7. Belong is someone who has a spatial talent, ability, and high intelligence. Choices are A, powerful, B, gifted, and C, super. All right. So majority of the players, that's 93% of them, said it's gifted. That's fine. That's the correct answer. That's the correct answer. You got the correct answer. Congratulations, guys. I think majority of our players got the correct answer. It's gifted. That is someone who, okay. Now, for the number 8 question, it says, special education is instruction specially designed to meet the needs of a child with disability. Is that true or false? All right. Okay. Slido is now tabulating the result of your answer. In just a few seconds, Slido will now show us the correct answer. Okay, is it true or false? Tell us, Slido, which one is correct. Is it true or false? It's true. Oh, come on. Congratulations, guys. Most of you got the correct answer. All right. Again, congratulations. Okay. 2 remaining questions. All right. We've got 2 remaining questions. Okay. So let's find out what's going to be the second to the last question. Okay. Task analysis can be used only in special education classrooms. Again, is that true or false? All right, let's find out which one is the correct answer. Slido, yes, it's true. Unfortunately, okay, 19% of our players, okay, were able to get the correct answer. All right, all right. So we're now on the last question for our online quiz game competition for tonight's session. All right. All right. So, okay. Guys, if you think I'm totally dropping out of the screen, I'm awfully sorry, but I think, okay, that's out of my hands. Okay, for the last question, is a 504 the same as special education services? Is it true or false? Is 504 the same as special education services? Is that true or false? What do you think, guys? All right. 56 of our players said it's true. Now let's find out. Oh, it's false. All right. 44% of our players were able to get the correct answer. All right. We are now showing you guys the results of our online quiz game competition. Congratulations to Marie Bowes. Okay, there you have it on the screen, the names of those lucky participants or players who were able to get the highest points for tonight's quiz competition. Again, congratulations, guys. You can claim your certificate by finding the link, all right, on the comment section down below. Once you click that link, and then you will be redirected to the page where you can download your certificate of quiz completion. And better yet, please let us know your complete name for proper identifications. All right, again, congratulations to all of our top 10 lucky players for tonight's session, okay, on our online quiz game competition. Again, congratulations. You can claim your certificate by finding the link. All right, so we're back. We're back with our invited speakers for tonight's session. And at this point in time, we are going to take some questions that are being sent to us by our live audience. All right. So we have to display, okay, the question. Okay, so here we go. Let's start with the first question that's coming from Bakal Hector Kalimlim. Okay, the question says, anyone can answer from the good panelists. All right, so anyone from the panelists can actually answer the question that's being sent to us by Bakal Hector Kalimlim. How should we view or address children with disability in classroom or education system or person with disability as general with regards to the famous quote? The worst thing about a disability is that people see it before they see you. Maraming salamat po. That's a Tagalog expression for saying thank you. All right. Anyone care for the question? Speakers, anyone care for the question? Who's going to take first the question?
Yes, hello.
Yes.
Yes. As what I have
Yes. What is
understand,
your take?
my
Yes.
understanding on this code, which is the worst thing about the disability is that people see it before they see you. Maybe it refers to the disability itself. Sometimes people see what is this ability, but they don't see what are the abilities of these children with special needs. So that's the worst thing, that some people are eyed on what they cannot do, what are the things that they cannot do, or the disability, what we say disability, but actually what we have to see is that the ability of this person, because many of the people with disability, they can do such things that a normal, the term normal cannot do. Okay, so that's how I that is my understanding of what that quote is. So actually, that's the reality. That is the worst thing, that some people are blind to see the ability of people uh, who are differently able.
Okay. The thing is, don't judgmental. All right. Be objective rather than subjective, right?
Yes, don't
Okay.
judge the
Thank you
book
for that
by its cover.
insightful. Yes, don't judge the book by its cover. All right. The thing is, we have to be objective rather than subjective in judging other people. All right. Thank you for that very insightful answer. This time from Henrich, Pearl is Mede Kessel. To Mom Millet. Good evening to you, ma'am. As a teacher, how can we motivate pupils to learn who are currently struggling financially? Oh, and emotionally in their respective homes. God bless. Nice question.
Thank you, Mom Henrich. Did I pronounce it right? Mom Henrich Pearl S. Medikiso.
Ridikiso.
Okay, thank you, Mom.
Midikiso.
Medikiso. So, how can we motivate pupils to learn who are currently struggling financially and emotionally in their respective homes? Okay, so during this pandemic times, many of families are now struggling financially, actually, because many are out of work, business establishments, several business establishments were closed because of this situation, and most of them maybe are have children, of course. For our children, we can motivate them by telling them that we can learn without money. So there's a lot of ways to learn. Okay, at home, like what I've said a while ago during my discussion, the parents, if they like to plant, we call plantitas. Are you familiar with the plantitas, plantitos, those people who are intimate with plants? So you can put our children to learn in a real life experience. Okay, in application, in uh in in the in application of what is happening naturally in our lives, the life skills at home. Okay, we do not need some financial uh, their finances. What else? Mm, in simple countings, if the parents is very supportive with their children, okay, they can teach countings on whatever the materials they have at home. They can have that those counters, the spoons, the sticks or the sleepers, whatever is inside the home. Okay, we can teach them
Can use that.
math. Yes, values, of course. What is values being practiced? Good behaviors and characteristics are being practiced inside the home. And when it comes into the emotional, of course, it is very important because having um, healthy psychological or emotional inside at home or inside our home is very helpful. The positivity, of course, positive spirits inside the home, encouraging our children to learn, to study, whatever the problem may we are facing, to the parents. Be positive. Okay, hide all of those problems maybe the parents have. Don't show it to the children. Just be positive and motivate our children to learn. So that's all. I hope I answered it right.
Yes, very well said, ma'am. Every one of us is actually suffering financially and emotionally constrained. All right. Okay, thank you for giving us your take, ma'am, on that question. Now let's proceed with a question from Manolita Ramas Oligo. For Mom Batalier, how do you facilitate parents to manage homeschooled autistic and ADHD learners? What to do during a very loud and very public meltdown?
Hi, Ma'am Manolita Ramas Oligo. Am I right?
Ramas Oligo, yes.
Okay. Okay. This time of pandemic, actually, since we are in GCQ, I go to houses of my pupils having with autism and with ADHD, and I tried to observe that with very loud and very public meltdown places like what you are saying right now. So what I did is we just find place like the rooms. You can really use the rooms like now, very noise. As you can hear, there's a noise how we having while we are conversing, there's a noise, and it's very disturbing, no, to children with ADHD and autism. What I did is just we use the I use the technology. You know that the children right now is more on visual. They want to see
Yes.
on what they want to learn. So what we can use is we cannot say that we have no cell phones at home. Even the poorest person in the world has a cell phone. So what you can do is to use that as one of the techniques so that we can at least teach our children with autism and ADHD. They can focus on the technology that we have right now and they can learn. So what we do is just to go somewhere else where we can download educational clips and then try to let them watch it and prepare an activity, a writing activity after that video clips. And by that, they can learn and they can enjoy their lessons even though there are very, very loud and very noise environment that you have. I hope that I gave you an answer for that questions. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you, ma'am, for providing your take on that question. But we have to commend you for doing beyond and above of your duty by doing a home visitation. Shout out for that. Okay, from
Yeah, I
Mom
we
Aureo. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, from Aureo Teresa. This one is going out to Mom Millet again. Is being a child with special needs hereditary, or it's being inherited, or what?
Yes, the answer there is yes, because one factor of having a special kids in the family is one reason is hereditary. It could be in a genes of your family from
Yes.
one of the family members, maybe not on the first degree, second degree, but it could be on the late grandfather or grandmother. It could be hereditary according to the
Okay.
studies. Actually, it's a hereditary genetic, they called it. It's based on the study actually that being a child with special needs could be hereditary. Yes.
Okay. So the chances are it keeps on transferring from one generation to another generations. All right.
Yes.
So thank you, ma'am, for that very insightful answer. This time from Sheila Cuate Consulta. Okay, to the first speaker. Okay, that's Ma'am Veronica. Good evening. How can you encourage the parents who are not capable of teaching their children because of lack of education to support their children during this trying time? This is a very interesting question. Okay, to Ma'am Veronica, our
Hello,
first
Ma'am Sheila.
speaker.
Well,
Yes.
okay, hello, Ma'am Sheila. Well, I encourage the parents who are not capable of teaching their children because of lack of education. But remember, there are other persons inside their homes also. Their siblings, maybe they have their mga uncles and aunties. I told them to ask the help of the other family in the at their homes. And also, I try to use this board, especially if they do not know, especially in math. I use this whiteboard to explain. Uh, uh, I write it here. So in when you say modified, rephrasing the problem so that they can understand. So through constant communications, through GCN group chat, and also ask them so that we can tell me what is wrong and they have the difficulties with using pen, and also I go to their house. So from their families inside that homes, they can ask helps from their siblings and other friends who are near their homes. That I tell them, the parents, to so that they can sharing of knowledge from these people inside extended families. I hope
All
I
right.
answered your questions, Ma'am Sheila.
Yes, Ma'am Veronica, you did it. Okay, you nailed it. All right. So, thank you, Ma'am, for sharing your take on that question being provided by one of our attendees for tonight's session. And I think that's all what we have for you guys on our question and answer segment. So at this juncture, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the Institute of Global Professionals, we would like to express our heartfelt thanks and appreciation to all of our speakers for tonight's session for taking time off of their busy schedules and join us for tonight's webinar. We are looking forward to you again for our next series. Again, thank you so much for spending your time with us. All right. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Join me in thanking our speakers for tonight's session. All right. And so we're so glad to announce to you guys, all right, the accomplishment the Institute of Global Professionals has attained so far. By the way, we are an ISO certified training institute, and we have more than 100 members, all coming from the different countries, okay, of the world, around the world. Okay, we managed to have recruited more than 100 members, all right, with more than 100 professions, all right. We have a wide range of professions, okay, and then IGP was able to get connect with more than 3,000 organizations all around the world. Can you imagine, guys, how IGP is making that far? We were able to get connected, establish partnerships and connections with more than 3,000 organizations around the world. We were able to invite more than 450,000 trainer and speakers and coaches as well as educators all around the world. And they are actually coming from different countries, more than 60 countries around the world. So, in other words, we were able to invite more than 60 trainers, speakers, coaches, and educators from more than 60 countries, a total of approximately 450,000 educators, trainers, and speakers. Okay, we're so glad to announce to you guys that IGP was able to establish partnerships from 14 countries around the world. There you see the flag of each country where IGP was able to manage and establish partnership from different organizations coming from different countries around the world. Okay, doesn't that make sense, guys? And also, we're also glad to announce to you guys that IGP was able to receive more than 50 awards from more than 30 plus countries. So, in other words, IGP was able to receive an awards from more than 30 countries. All right. IGP was able to receive more than 50 awards from different countries all around the world. And we are showing you guys on the screen the number of viewers, all right? The number of netizens who are able to get themselves registered in our webinar from August 2020 till June 2021. Okay, we reach as far as 100, is that 1 million, 12 million. Okay, starting from August until June, up to this period, can you imagine we are reaching that number of participants who are actually joining us? And we are, as of August 2020 until June 2021, we were able to serve more than 1,200,000 participants coming from more than 100 countries all around the world with zero revenue. Meaning to say, we're so glad to announce that IGP is doing this for free. IGP is earning nothing. IGP is doing this for free. Okay, that's how IGP is providing its services to all of our participants from all around the world. They receive nothing. They are earning nothing. Everything is free. All right. So that make or that made IGP unique from the other training institute from around the world. Okay, so at this point, ladies and gentlemen, I have to share with you the announcement that I made during our introductory period that IGP is going to make an announcement. So the announcement, which I think is a good news for all of you guys, is that IGP is now considering the possibility of launching a CPD webinar, that's continuing professional development webinar. IGP is now currently negotiating like the PRC that we have here in the Philippines, that Professional Regulations Commission in the Philippines, I think is now being negotiated with the IGP for possible accreditation of our certificates. I mean, for possible accreditations for the possible launching of our CPD seminar or webinar online. All right. So at this point, ladies and gentlemen, IGP would like to seek your opinion. Okay, we would like to seek your advice on your opinion regarding the possibility of launching a CPD webinar. So things like we would like to solicit your opinion, guys, like how are you going to be interested, okay, if ever we manage to open up or launch a CPD webinar online. Okay, so you have here on the screen, the Institute of Global Professional is planning to conduct a CPD program to ensure that professionals, educators have the necessary knowledge and skills to compete in the global economy. Similarly, the educators also need to make sure that they have the most update skills and knowledge to help their students succeed. And that's the theory behind, that's the logic behind IGP is planning to launch a CPD webinar apart from the fact that we are also receiving a public request from our attendees of coming up with this kind of program. So at this juncture, ladies and gentlemen, your opinion carries a lot of weight for the decision that IGP has to make. All right. So what we wanted to do now is we have to come up with a survey. It's a full survey, and we appreciate you guys answering all those questions that will pop up. Okay, on your screen. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we have to give you a series of questions, and we appreciate you guys answering those questions. It will only take a minute or two, okay, because your opinion, your honest answer will be the basis for IGP to consider whether to continue or not to continue launching a CPD webinar online. So the survey is designed to collect feedback from you guys. Okay, so let's start with question number one. Kindly please let us know your answer on the comment section down below. Question number one, it says, are you interested in continuing professional development activities? Simply say yes or no. Okay, keep on submitting your answer, guys. Again, your answer for this question really carries a lot of weight. Okay, your answer will be closely, our team will closely monitor your answer on the chat box, and this will be considered by the IGP in their decision to continue or not to continue our CPD webinar online. All right, keep on submitting your answers. All right, our team will collect your answers. Okay, they will closely monitor your answer, and as I was saying earlier, that could be the basis for IGP's decision to launch a CPD webinar. All right, we appreciate you guys providing us your honest answer. Okay, number two question. How interested are you in each of the following continuing professional development delivery format? Is it a in-class observation? Okay, computer-based training that's self-paced? Okay, or lecture to be followed by a breakout sessions? Okay, and then lecture, webinar, series of topic related workshops and mentoring. So you can just choose your best option among the choices provided on the screen. Okay, we appreciate you guys carefully observing those options that are being projected on the screen, and you can select any of those choices. Okay, you can have one, two, or three, or you can select all if you have time to type it on the chat box below. All right. Again, we are doing this to solicit your opinion, guys, because that would serve as the basis for IGB's decision to whether to launch, to continue pursuing this particular program that IGP is proposing. Okay, again, uh, this is based on a public request from our live audience. Okay, and you have just seen earlier the goal of the IGP for doing such. Okay, so if ever this will be materialized, it's going to be on the next level. And this is going to be quite different from the usual webinar that we are conducting. All right, for question number three, have you devoted time to continuing professional development in the past? You simply answer this question by simply saying yes or no. Okay, yes or no. All right. So we'll give you enough time to submit your answer for number three question. All right. Have you devoted time to continuing professional development in the past? Yes or no? All right. This is one of the initiatives of IGP in uh, delivering its mission of providing the professionals with necessary skills for them to become competitive in the world. Okay, we are now experiencing a globalization where competition is so tough. Okay, among our professionals. So IGP is planning to provide you guys with a CPD webinar. Okay, for our professionals to enhance their skills. Okay, because after all, what kind of students are we trying to produce if the teachers don't have the necessary skills to provide with their students? All right. So we have question number 4. It says, how supported do you feel in your workplace to be able to pursue continuing professional development? Or simply put it this way, how supported are you if ever we continue providing a CPD webinar? Okay, how supportive are you? Very supportive, okay, supportive, okay. I'm sorry, but we are supposed to, uh, provide, give me this question in a Google format, on Google Forms, but this is just an initial survey, okay? So we want to solicit your opinion and ideas on how do you feel about the proposal of IGP in coming up with a CPD webinar online, okay? How are you going to support? Are you going to support it, or are you kind of a very supportive, just supportive, a little bit supportive, or not at all? All right. What we ask from you guys is your honest answer, because I'll repeat, this is going to be the basis for IGP. All right, whether to continue or not to continue providing you with this kind of program. Question number 5. What is the main reason you would want to spend time on continuing professional development? Is it looking for a new job, advancing on your current career path, or is it because of licenses renewal, like in the PRC? Okay. Or is it because of promotion, or you just want to improve your skills? And if you have other reason, please specify what are your reason that you want to spend time on continuing professional development. All right. Again, we appreciate you guys giving us your honest answer. All right. I hope I hope this will be materialized, because this could be of great help among our professionals and among our students. All right. So this speaks well of our professional growth. Okay, we keep on climbing on the ladder of our success. Okay, starting from level 1, and then we are now moving towards level 2. All right, because for sure, CPD webinar is a bit a higher level as compared to the usual webinar that we are conducting every other day. Okay, so question number 6. Are there any topics you'd like us to cover in CPD programs? So you can just think of the topic that you have in mind, and please let us know down the comment section below. All right? Just let us know any topic that you have in mind that you want us to cover in the proposed CPD program. All right. Again, we would appreciate you guys sharing us topic that you want us covered on our CPD program online. All right. Again, we appreciate you guys sharing your honest answer, giving us your feedback. All right. Your feedbacks really means a lot to us because as I was saying earlier, all right, it carries a lot of weight to IGP because this could be the basis for the decision of IGP to launch a CPD webinar. So this is quite unique, guys, because it's on an international level. All right, a CPD webinar that is on an international level, where the speakers will be coming from different countries. The trainers, the speakers that we are going to invite are coming from different countries around the world. That makes it so unique. So we're now on question number 7. Okay, this one is very, uh, uh, this question is very conservative. Whether you will opt for 10 hours day long or you will choose 2 hours daily for 5 days. So which one would you prefer in case just in case our plan to come up with an a CPD webinar is materialized, which one would you prefer in terms of time slot? Okay, is it 10-hour long program within a day? That's 10 hours day long, all right? Or a 2 hours daily on on 5 days. Okay, so which among these two do you think would be convenient for you guys? All right. Is it 10 hours day long or is it 2 hours daily for 5 days? Okay. Just let us know which one among those two options is really convenient for you. Again, what we are asking you guys is your honest, okay, and reliable answer for the poll survey that we are conducting right now. And then again, we appreciate you guys for taking your time answering those questions. All right, so I think we have prepared 10 questions, so there are 3 more questions. All right, I hope everyone is submitting his or her answer. Okay, for question number 8. Now, suppose IGP will design a program, okay, that is based on the choice, the maximum choice. I mean, you guys, we're asking you for your own choice. Okay, 10 hours day long with 5 to 7 qualified speakers. Okay, how much will be the fee? Okay, please provide your honest answer. Or simply put it up. Suppose that IGP, okay, will now launch a CPD program, okay, based on your choice. Okay, now the next question is, how much do you think can you afford to pay in a form of registration fee? Okay, um, we have been accustomed to providing a webinar for free, but this time, ladies and gentlemen, we are talking about a CPD webinar that will last for about 10 days. Okay, and so the registration fee that we are asking you on a very minimal, okay, a minimal fee will definitely go out for the professional fees of the speakers that we're going to invite. Okay? So just be honest with your answer. We're asking you how much you can afford, okay, that you can actually, I mean, you have to make sure that it does not go beyond your means. Just be honest, okay? Just be honest with your answer. IGP is monitoring your answer. How much do you think can you provide, okay, for the registration fees? Okay. Uh, those are two different things. If it's on a 10-hour program on one night session, how much do you think, okay, based on your opinion, how much do you think could we pay for the professional fees of a speakers? Now, if it's 2 hours daily for 5 days, okay, with 5 to 7 speakers, then how much do you think is their rate? Okay, is their fee? Okay, so we are asking for your opinion. How much do you think are the professional fee of the speakers? And also, please share us, okay, how much do you think can you afford if in case we will be having a registration fee? Again, IGP is noted for providing a webinar for free, but this time it's going to be a different from the usual webinar that we are conducting because we are now talking about a CPD webinar on the next level. Okay, so speakers should our proposed plan of coming up with a CPD program be materialized. All right. So again, please give us your honest answer.
Hello, sir. Hope I am
Yes.
audible.
Yes.
Okay. Actually, I'm just observing the feedback to our participants. That is maximum. They just first of all, I just want to say one thing. That is, this is the part which I want to say. That is, first of all, note that IGP is a social organization. That's why we don't have an interest or intention to earn money by selling education. Based on your comment in the last
Yes.
question, it's a it's 100 peso, it's whatever. I don't mind, but that's the reason we said before that IGP is a social organization. That's why we don't have any interest or intention to earn money by selling education. And
Yes.
before we submit the survey, we discussed with our panel, and Sir Gofur also there, and we discussed with a
Yes.
minimal fee which we have to pay our speakers, and
Yes.
which we have to pay for PRC, not for IGP, not a single penny for IGP, not a single penny. We don't need
Yes.
any I already said that IGP is a social organization, so that's why we don't have any interest or intention to earn money by selling education. So that's the reason we decided our two major goals
Precisely, sir.
in 2 months. That is, we have to reach 10 lakh new participants with $0 revenue, which we already decided. So that's the why just we will charge a minimal
Wow.
fee. Uh, I saw that based on your comment, definitely it will be on your range. Not it depends on our focus. It will depend on your range. 100%. I assured that, and I
Yes.
guaranteed that this fee and our certificates is the biggest takeaway for you. And with this fee, you can do like our program in all over the world. This is my challenge to you, because everyone actually, what's the reason? I guaranteed it. What's the reason? That is, everyone nowadays everyone looking for business. But I already said that IGP has don't interest earn money, IGP have don't any intention to earn money by selling education. And one more thing, by the comment section, our free webinar will be continue as previous as future. Don't stop our free
Yes.
webinar, so don't be worried. Our free webinar will be increasing, not be stopped at least 2021. So don't
Yes,
worry
yes.
about free webinar. Our free webinar will be continued. I think it's 2022 also, but we don't have any intention to stop free webinar. So don't be worried. This is for actually this CPD program is for our speakers because they also have their family. They have to earn something. And if you want CPD, then you have to invest something. This is for your government use, not for me. And
Yes,
you
yes.
better know that the certificate of IGP is highly demandable. And forget about that. And this is the last part of mine. I'm completely sorry for that because today we already exceed our time. It's to more than 25 minutes. Sorry for that. Sorry for that. I'm extremely sorry. And our free webinar will be continue for as long as we can. And if already we
Yes.
plan, we have a webinar day after tomorrow basis. Now we are planning to conduct a free webinar daily basis. But if we focus on our CPD programs, 5 days program, we'll consider only two program for a month. We'll consider only two program for a
Yes,
month
yes.
because we don't need money. Because I have my own job, I have my own business, so that's the way I can earn. So I don't have any interest to earn money from IGP. That's the moral point. And where I discussed
Yes,
with everywhere
precisely.
last day we have collaborated. We have virtual signing with one of your government college, that is Suicide College from Philippines. And I discussed with the president of Sulu State College. I directly explained about IGP mission. IGP is non-profitable organization, and IGP don't want to earn money
Yes,
by selling education. So
yes,
I hope
precisely.
you will be with our mission. This CPD is for those who want CPD from us. But actually, I tried several times with the CPD UK, with the CPD Philippines, with PRC. Actually, from my end, I tried everything. But at this time, this is the point which I have to clear. And again, sorry for late. Hope next time we will be more focused on that issue. Thank you and sorry again.
Okay, so there you go. Thank you, Chef, for sharing your own opinion. Again, for just for clarification purposes, again, we would like to remind each and everyone that the IGP is a non-profit institution, meaning to say we are not after of any profit, okay, of the services that IGP is providing. And also, we would like to clarify that uh, the CPD webinar that we are actually proposing is not a replacement of the usual webinar that we are conducting every other day. Our webinar, free webinar, will still be continued. Okay, it's just that we want to add something, and that is the
Sorry, sir.
CPD webinar. And
I'm back
so
again.
I
Hello, sir.
think we understand each other. And
Hello, sir.
again,
Can you
thank
hear me?
you guys for sharing your honest opinion during
Hello,
the
sir.
full survey.
Hello, sir. Can you hear
Okay.
me?
And also, announcement, we will be having, guys, a yes,
Yeah, actually,
yes, yes.
I'm back with a answer that is
Okay, I'm
some of
reminding about the
participants
Android
already
apps.
some
We're
of
coming up with
participants
an
are
Android
asking.
apps. Okay, so you can.
Sir, give me just only 30 seconds. That is, some of participants are already asked that
Yes.
that is how much I have to we will be charged. Actually, it's around we decided it's near about $10, only $10. That is which around sir. What about in Philippine peso?
Okay. That's more or less 500 pesos here in the Philippines.
Okay, just let me check.
500 Philippine peso. Yes.
Let
or
me.
less than 500. I think it's around 400, 470 or 80 plus.
It's peso, right? It's peso.
Yes,
PHP.
PHP.
PHP. Then it's around 405 peso. Sorry,
I see.
504 peso. 504 peso.
Okay,
That means
oh,
500
for
peso.
500. Yes,
That means
I see
500
it.
peso.
That's 500 already. That's 500 pesos. That's too minimal amount of money. Okay.
Or Aurelio Junio Alvarez. Well, through your non-profit, you want through YouTube channel. For your kind information, this is non-profitable, and we won't be. We are not trying to monetize our YouTube channel also.
I
So, for
see.
your kind
That's too
information,
kind
because
of you.
non-profit, that means not in only for a sentence. We should
Yes.
maintain the rules and regulation also. And one more thing,
Okay.
lots of participants are waiting for global professional membership card and certificates. From I think it's around 30 days ago, but still we have already prepared lots of membership card, but we are not able to deliver it because we are ISO certified. We can't do anything as our mind set up. We can't do anything. We have to, because we are ISO certified, that before do anything with ISO logo, we have to take permit from ISO. So
Yes.
mind it. So mind it. If we allow ISO in CPD, that means we have to take permit from ISO also.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Thank you.
That, okay. So that's how standard. Our program gonna be. That we still have to comply with the standard that's being actually required by the ISO. All right. So that makes it more standard, guys. So what are you looking for? We are providing you services for free, except for a minimum amount of money that will go for the professional fees of our invited speakers. Can you imagine, guys? Our invited speakers will spend their time for 10 days. So in that sense, we have to consider the professional fee. Again, another announcement, we don't have any separate platform like Facebook. We only have one Facebook page. We only have one YouTube channel. If just in case you find some other YouTube channel like showing the name or copying the name of the IGP, definitely that's a fake one. Okay, so our the topic that we have right now is special education transition to new normal from classroom to class home. Okay, once you manage to get into our website, that is a topic that you have to find out for you to download your certificate. So we are now sharing you on the screen the certification link. All right. Okay, it will be available now. If you happen to find the link, just simply click that one and then you'll be redirected to the page where you can download your certificate of participation. Okay, it's very easy to find because it's a pinned comment on the comment section down below. Of course, if you are new to us, kindly please do register, okay, your account. Okay, once you have registered and then you log in directly, and then after that, you have to find the title of the seminar that we're having right now. That's special education. You try to find that one, and then there you will see the link, okay, for you to get your certificate download. Okay, the code for the online quiz competition is, oh no, no, the okay, at this time there is a code requirements for you to get your certificates. Okay, please copy IGP 0101. Okay, you have to put the code for you to get yourselves download your certificate of participation. Okay, we are, of course, we are now being certified by ISO, so everything has to somewhat like standardized. Okay, so even in downloading your certificate, we need to put a code. All right, so that's IGP 0101. Okay, without code, no one is eligible for certificates. So you have to make use of the code that's being displayed on the screen. That's IGP 0101. You can type that one on the window for you to get yourself access to your certificate of participation. All right. Okay. Again, we also have to remind you that the quiz code they're not the same. All right. Again, the event code that we use for our quiz competition is different from the code that we're asking you to get your certificates. Definitely, they're not the same. All right. Okay. Our event code is IGP01, but our code for claiming your certificate is IGP0101. Those are two different. Okay. Again, we would like to remind you that without code, you cannot click the link wherein you have the opportunity to claim your certificate. All right. We are now projecting on the screen, displaying on the screen again the code that's IGP0101. And kindly please look for the title of the seminar that we are or that you are attending right now. That's Special Education Transition to New Normal from Classroom to Class Home. All right. Please be guided accordingly, guys. I hope you are following the instructions, okay, for you to get your certificate of participation. And same is true with the case of those top 10 lucky players who will be receiving a certificate of quiz completion. I think the process is the same, all right? Okay. Also, our free international webinar certificate is an auto, that's automatic downloadable in PDF files. So you have also to check your device, your device file manager, okay, okay, for you to download the certificates. Okay, there might be a tendency that you'll be having difficulty in downloading the certificates. It might be due to the compatibility of your device. I mean, the device that you are using. Kindly please check that one. For mobile screen size, okay, okay, make sure that you can actually download your certificate of participation using your mobile phone. Okay, so if you found nothing in your file manager, kindly please check your browser setting, or it could be the browser that you are using is outdated. So I think you need to update your browser. Okay, or you could simply try with another browser. Like if you're using Google Classroom, I mean Google Chrome, rather. All right, and if it does not work out, then you can make use of another browser. Okay, we can join our all live programs from Facebook. Okay, so we are having every time we conduct our free webinars, we are broadcasting simultaneously with our different social media platforms like in our Facebook page, in our Facebook group, in our YouTube channel, and of course, the IGP website is actually broadcasting simultaneously. And okay, if you encounter any problem as to the claiming of your certificate or any other issues, please do not hesitate to contact us. Feel free to contact us as we are willing to uh, I mean, to provide you our services, okay, regarding your issues in claiming your certificates. If the website is not working this time, okay, on account of internet traffic, all right, or it might be because of the large number of uh, the participants, okay, that we are having right now that made our connection slower, you can actually claim your certificates maybe tomorrow. Don't you worry because there is always tomorrow. You might not able to download your certificate because of poor connection or it might because of traffic internet and then tomorrow you can have it downloaded. Our core team members are always ready, okay, in answering all your questions to the comment section down below. They are very much willing to give their support to you guys in coming up with the solutions for the problem or issues that you are having in getting your certificates. All right, just keep in touch with us. All right. Okay, we have Janet S. Cablao and Kelvin Linato. Okay, that's the name of our staff that you have to keep in touch with in case you have a problem in claiming your certificates and for some other issues that you're having, okay, with us. Feel free. All right. So your Facebook feed will be filled with our upcoming webinars in a row. All right. We invite you to be part of our webinar on July 18, 2021 for the webinar Modern ELT Classroom. And we'll be joining by Miss Gada Mahmoud Kesha from Gaza, Palestine, and Mr. Ferouz Aksberov from Uzbekistan. All right. So please mark your calendar. Also, enjoy being part of our webinar on, is this on August? All right. More webinars coming. Okay. So, is that what all we have for today? Okay, so thank you again. We would like to express our hearty thanks and appreciation to all of our invited speakers for joining us for tonight's session and for all of those our participants for their patience and for their immense engagement. We feel your level of engagement. Thank you guys for attending and I hope to see you in the next webinar. All right. This has
And
been,
for the last time, I
yes.
want to say just only one line, that is $10. It not fixed.
Okay, so we,
I will try to decrease this. I will try to reduce the amount of CPD program. I have to take some time to contact with all the speakers and all the parties from who are going to connect with us for PRC and CPD. So after that, I will
yes.
decide something with the minimum fee. So don't be worried about that. If possible, we can set it for $5 also. So no
Okay.
problem. We don't need any money. I said it earlier that we don't need IGP don't need a single penny from you. So
Yes.
mind it. We'll just collect the money to pay the PRC and to pay our speaker. Nothing more.
Yes.
Because
Yes.
I
And
have my
nothing
own
else.
business. I have my own business. I have my own job. I'm by profession. I am trainer and consultant and professor. So on the other side, I have my own job. I don't have any intention to earn money by selling
Yes.
education. And on the
Actually,
this is
yes.
the reason. So don't be worried. I'm just trying to convince as lower as possible. And
Yes.
again, sorry, because it's too much late. It's too much late. So please pardon us. This is the very first time in IGP history because we usually conducted our webinar 2 or 3 hours, but
Yes.
this is the very first time, and I saw our one speaker, Ma'am Veronica, is too much upset right now
I think they're not.
because
They're not. They're not.
it's too late already. It's midnight in Philippines. It's midnight in Philippines, and sorry, Ma'am
Yes.
Veronica, and sorry to everyone, because this is the very first time in IGP history that
Yes.
is we are too much late in today's session. Actually, ma'am, I want to do something for my society, because one day I will die, but I have to reply to my God. What are you doing? You have lots of opportunity, but what are you doing for your community? So there's the my
Yes.
moral point. I have to do something for my community. I don't have any intention for CPD program also, because my free webinar is doing very good, because it can help someone to get something from themselves, to get better in their lifestyle, which I strongly believe. But lots of participants are asking me about CPD, about depth, about PRC. So that's why I'm looking accredit, looking collaborate, whatever you can say. That's the point. We do knew
Okay.
all about CPD of PRC. Actually, this is not in my hand. Like when right now, 221 participants still with us, and today it's around 650 plus participants join with us in this live. And at this moment, 220 participants with us right now. I asked, if you are focused on IGP webinar, because you are also familiar with webinar, because you want to develop your skill, so you attend lots of webinar in lots of organization, but anywhere you can see there's open feedback, but IGP takes open feedback from all the participants. And don't think this is for comment. We encounter all the problem, all the issues as early as possible. Is it true or false? You can decide on yourself. You don't need to reply me. You can decide on yourself. Every time we asked, how can we develop IGP? Do you have any problem to contact with us? Because we have lots of volunteer to help us, like Janet S. Kablau and Calvin Lincoln. They are doing very great in comment section. And I have two more. I have two more volunteer who directly manage our Facebook inbox, and I have one volunteer who manage our YouTube. Actually, all are volunteer who don't. Our total team is doing voluntary cause. We have one motto, that is we have to do something for our society. So that is the
Yes.
point.
Yes.
And again and
Precisely.
again, this
Yes.
is the my last point, last line, that is, don't think about don't worry about the closing of free webinar. It's not possible, because IGP already booked for 2021, complete booked. Now at least it's July, but we are completely booked for total 2021. So don't be think that we are closing our free webinar and we are going to start our CPD paid webinar. No, not like that. CPD is for only to connect you to feel better. That's the reason, nothing more. I'm going to share last part, that is, I have my own business, I have my own job. I don't have any intention to earn money, because I have to reply to my God. If
Okay.
you faith on yourself, if you faith on yourself, so you can answer it anytime. I'm IGP is totally crystal clear. It's always transparent. That's why I'm answering all of your question.
Yes.
Is
All
it, if
right.
possible, then I can consider, if possible, then I can discuss with our speaker, our partners who are this is not for direct IGP also. This is a collaboration program with one partner from Filipinos, and definitely that partner also be non-profitable. So we don't have any interest to earn money by selling education to you. Thank you very much.
All right.
And those who are not able to claim your certificate today, so don't be worried. You can claim your certificate more also. Ma'am Suchi, I think you are not able to claim your certificate. Certificate code is IGP0101, which is in capital of IGP0101. Thank you so much. and ma'am Sarmindo, ma'am Marianne, ma'am Veronica. I'm extremely sorry. I'm extremely sorry for late course. It's too much late. It's too much late. Sorry, ma'am. Sorry, sorry, ma'am. Sir Gafur, sorry to you
Yes.
also. You missed your prayer. I know that you missed your prayer for Asa. Uh, Again, sorry.
No, I still can do it later on. Yes, thank you, Sir Kaushik, for that very profound statement. All right, so we keep on insisting that IGP is a nonprofit organization where, I mean, we are not actually yearning for a profit. We are doing this for free because, oh, by the way, you may think that I'm being paid here. No, I'm doing this for free. By the way, I'm doing this for free because the best thing in the world is free, right? All right. So
Yes.
again, that concludes our webinar for tonight.
Today's
Again,
session.
our appreciation to all of our invited speakers for spending your time with us and share your brilliant ideas on the topic that we're having right now, and also to our live audience for your patience and for your level of engagement and for sharing us your honest reaction and comment. We do really appreciate that one. All
There
right.
is
So
still,
I think that,
there is still, there is still 190 participants with us.
oh, really? Again, thank you
So
for the
you can,
patience.
sir, you can check it. You can check it on your left side, upper top side. Then it's still 192. Still connecting with us. I'm
Yeah,
cordially thank you all for your trust, because
yes,
I know that you believe IGP from your heart. So
yes.
stay with us, and hope so we'll do better for you. And that's why we are
We,
looking for collaboration with Ministry of Education from Thailand. We are looking for collaboration with Ministry of Education India. We are looking, and most probably we can align a program in 2021 with five education ministry at a time at a platform in IGP from
yes,
Till
five
that's
next
countries.
great.
time. Hope
Yes, and
hoping for
yes,
next
yes.
time.
Yes,
Yes,
we are
yes.
hoping to have you with us again, and we also asking our invited speakers to be a member of our growing community. All right, you
All
can find
right.
the link in the comment section down below, and you can also have your organization registered with us if you wish to. I mean, the school that you are actually connected with, you can. Once you get access to our website, you can see the instructions on how you could be a member and then have your organization or school that you are coming from if you wish to somewhat like okay join in our growing community. So again, it's okay, again, thank you so much for spending your time with us. To our
Thank
live
you.
audience for their patience, they are still right there. Again, thank you so much for taking
Thank you
your time
rin.
off of your
Thank you,
busy
everyone.
schedule
God
and
bless us all. Good
to
night.
Thank you.
yes, yes. And that
Ma'am,
concludes our
sorry, ma'am
webinar.
Veronica. Sorry, ma'am Veronica, because
Very
you are too
much.
upset. I know that. So pardon us. And
Uh,
still we
I,
have
I think a
186.
little
Still
bit.
we have 186 well wisher of IGP in with us right now. Still 186 well wisher of IGP still with us. Connecting with us and hearing us very lovely and very good. Thank you so much. Hope to see you again. Thank you.
Again. So see